What's going on, people? You're back to the value of relationships where valuable people attract people of value. For those who don't know me, my name is Jamel Jackson. I am sitting here with my brother, man, family. Listen, business partner, Mr. David Shands, founder, CEO of Sleepers for Suckers.
Public servant.
Public servant. Public servant. Listen, I wrote a book called The Value of Relationships, and today we are going to be discussing a chapter called Maintaining Through It All. What does maintain mean to you?
I think maintaining means just staying the course. Like, just stay the course. Now, maintaining or staying the course takes work. Like, it's not like a ball that just rolls. It just rolls, right? It's more of a airplane. So on an airplane, the airplane gets off course 90-something% of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning that's why you need a pilot. When it slides to the right, you need somebody to say, okay, well, we got to bring it back to the left. Now we're back on course. We get off this way. We're like, oh, no, we got to bring it back. So 98% of the time, an airplane is off course. But you need somebody to bring it back. So it's. I think it's more work in maintaining than starting. It's so much work. It's not like you get married and you're just married. The hard part is maintaining that. Or you start a business and you just started. We excited. We picked the colors. We got the designs. We good.
Yeah.
But what happens like throughout the course? So it's a job, bro.
Yeah.
Staying the course.
Staying the course. So maintain to you is staying the course. That's a good way you said it, because a lot of times you said we can start, but it's harder to maintain.
Yeah, bro. Oh, it's almost impossible. That's why most people quit. It's almost impossible, bro. To fight and battle through staying the course it's something that most people don't have the stomach for, or the mental capacity for, or the heart for.
So you said 3 words. You said stomach, heart, and the mental. So those are internal things. And there's a word I spoke about in the chapter called homeostasis. Homeostasis is the body's ability to maintain its internal environment despite what's going on externally.
Absolutely.
So if your internal temperature is 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit, no matter what happens externally, so if the temperature goes up to 110, 115, 125, your internal environment is still 98.6.
That's a word right there.
So my thing is, like you just said, you said stomach, mental, heart. So when the external things are going crazy, how do you maintain through it all? So another question of mine is, what do you believe is one of the main ingredients to humility?
Like understanding that you're not as good as you think you are. You know what I'm saying? It's just rooted in arrogance. So if someone's not humble, or they're not practicing humility, it's just they feel like they're bigger than what they are, right? Oh, man, my man was telling me the story yesterday. He said, you know what, I don't even want to chop up the story, but the moral of the story was this dang, I don't want to tell the story because it was such an ill story, and you know how like you hear a story, you get the point, but you try to regurgitate it. Like, nah, you had to be there. But
do you believe humility is important to maintain it, for that maintenance part? Because a lot of times we start in humility, but then we don't maintain it. So the maintenance part that you said, it's easy for me to start.
Absolutely.
But now I got to maintain.
Everything's hard to maintain. So somebody that's, let's say they're stunting for Instagram, right? Mm-hmm. You're putting out you're portraying something. That's hard to keep up. Like when we all go out to eat and the bill comes, like, because you're the guy that's always got the money on Instagram, you're almost pressured to pick up the bill. Internally, now nobody else cares, but internally you're like, oh, you think people gonna think I'm broke, so I gotta do it.
But hold on, when you said internally, bro, that's actually external forces that are challenging you internally.
Absolutely. It comes down to belief. It comes down to belief, what you believe. So let's say, about maybe 2 years ago, I stopped working on Saturday, right? And my internal belief system said, okay, I believe that Saturday's a Sabbath. And, we went through all the scriptures, evidence, history, like I did an in-depth study. But I was still working at the mall on Saturday. So I was like, I'm gonna go to church for a service, then I'm gonna leave and go work. But that's not what my belief system says. My belief system says on Saturday we honor the entire Sabbath. External, like you're saying, says I need to make some money. Internal says this is my belief system. So this is the battle of staying the course. So what I gave it up one time, and I was like, you know what? I'm not working on Saturday anymore. I'm gonna stay in church. We fellowship, we study, all that kind of stuff. And then it got a little bit easier to let that go. Then eventually I let the kiosk, we let the kiosk go, because the biggest day at the kiosk is Saturday. So you make $1,000 on a Saturday. If you give up 4 Saturdays, that's $4,000 a month in income. Externally, that's what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Internally says, if I truly believe what I'm saying, everything will be okay. Let it go, right?
Yeah.
And everything worked out. Like, everything went to another level. I believe God honored that.
Yeah.
And now even, I turn down more gigs, like speaking gigs, than I receive, because like 80% of them are on Saturday. But staying the course was tough until I made the resolution to stay the course. Now I say, I don't care what it costs. I don't care if you want to pay me $30,000, $40,000, $50,000. I'm good. And internally, it doesn't bother me anymore, because I'm growing in maturity internally.
Yeah.
Makes sense?
That's good, because I mean, it sounds like the more you maintain the internal part, the external environment has to change.
For sure.
It's like by default.
For sure.
Because like you said, you start out and it's like the external environment, everything on the outside is screaming, no, you're not going to make it. It's this amount of money. You're going to lose. You're going to lose. You're going to lose. But your internal, you like, no, I got to keep going. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. And then eventually the external elements change.
Absolutely.
They automatically
100%.
change.
100%. And not even that the outside factors change. How you perceive how big those outside factors is changes to you. For instance, math is math. So 6 times 6 is 36. To a second grader, they're like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. Like, how do you figure that out?
Yeah.
But as a 12th grader, you're like, oh, 6 times 6, 36, no problem. Same problem, but the people are different. Their level of understanding, their growth is different. So I still have the same exact challenges that used to beat me up before. But because I'm growing, the same challenges don't affect me as much.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah.
So it's not that the outside things change. It's not that life gets easier. It doesn't.
Come on.
How you handle it does. Make sense?
Yeah, you know what, that got me thinking, because I'm guilty for this too, man. We talking about internal, external, maintaining, and I'm thinking about my car. And I'm guilty of it, man. I will ride that joker until the oil light come on and say, you need an oil change. Right. And then even when the light come on, I'm like, me a couple more days. And it wasn't until I kept doing that and I said, you know what, I'm gonna go a couple more days, till one day I went to start the car and it didn't start. And I was like, dang it. And I knew what it was. It was like, I need an oil change. And now I got a bigger problem, because now I got to get the car from where it's at to the spot for maintenance to get the oil change. Yeah. But if I just handle those things internally, like get the oil change before the oil change is due.
It's so easy to just drive it.
It's
easy to just drive it.
It's easy. It's easy just to keep showing up every Saturday.
Yeah.
It's easier. Sure. That's easier to do.
For sure. Yep.
It's easier just to start the business. But maintaining, building the longevity, building the track record, building the resume.
Maintenance is nearly impossible for humans. For humans, bro. I'm telling you, it's not hard.
So here's my next question.
Not easy.
How did you maintain through all the no's then, meaning when you first started the business, Sleepers for Suckers, and maintain through the no's now? So how did you maintain through all the no's then? Like when you got no, like, and that's the external part saying, no, we don't want it. No, we're not going to do this. Or whatever the no's was, how did you maintain through that?
I think the more no's you get, the more numb you become to them, and less afraid.
Say that again. Say that a little louder too. I want people to hear that.
So the more no's you get, the more you're able to stomach it. The thicker your skin becomes, the more you receive. Now, some people, they're afraid to get in a fight because it's their first fight. They don't know what to expect. But I had a friend, he used to get fights all the time. He's ready for the smoke. He don't care how big you are. He don't care what you got on you. He's ready for the smoke because he's not afraid, because he's been in so many. So when you go knock on one door and they say no, it hurts. Another door, they say no, it hurts. About that 4th or 5th time, it's like you're basically ready to quit, because you keep getting beat up. But if you're going through 80 no's, like how much more? Like I already went through 20. I might as well go through another 20 more. I already been through 40. Why not go through another 40 more?
Yeah.
I don't care who you are. The more you get, the more you hear no, the more wins you'll get in there. Like, so you see somebody like, I don't know, with the KFC guy, he went through 100 recipes.
Yeah.
So some people think it was like, no, and that's not the case, I'm sure. I'm sure out of all those presentations, he got some small wins in there.
Mm-hmm.
He got some small wins in there.
Mm-hmm.
He made some money somewhere. Somebody took maybe a piece, maybe not the whole thing, but we hear, oh, he went through 200 no's. Absolutely not. There's no way you can live a life of really going after something and not receive small wins along the way.
Mm-hmm.
You can't. So, like throughout these no's, you just got to figure out how many no's it takes to get to something good.
So were the no's for you in the beginning, like those small wins, that they keep you kind of going? Like, you know what? I know I got 30 no's today, but that one little small win got me ready to go and get 30 more no's.
Yeah, because I expect the no now. I want to win, but I'm anticipating the opposition. If you don't know the opposition, I think I wrote about this in my book, where if you're walking down the street and somebody just runs up on you, bang, blindside you, you're gonna fall. You're done. But if you can square up, if somebody hits you with that same intensity and you saw it coming, you can kind of roll with it. You'll stand your ground and you'll keep fighting.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't anticipate it, it'll knock you out. So now I can anticipate opposition. I know it's coming.
Yeah.
I know it's coming. So when it comes, I'm not surprised. They're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this happened. I can believe this happened.
Oh,
it keeps happening.
I got to stick. Remind me to bring that word back up, anticipation, because it's for the next question.
Gotcha.
But so that's the beginning. Now, how do you maintain through the nose now? Are you using the same formula?
The same way.
You think the nose get bigger?
No, they get the same.
They get the same.
No,
They stay the
like
same.
if you ask for $1 and you hear no, then you just stop. Man, I just asked for $1 and I hear no. But if you ask for 100 and you're used to getting hundreds, and you hear no, it's just another 100. So if I've been asking for dollars, like, yo, can I get $1? Can I get $1? Can I? When they say no, it's like, oh, well, this is the level that I'm on.
This is good. Go ahead.
Some people, they're at a point where they're asking for $1 million.
Okay, there you go.
But they got millions. So when they hear somebody say, no, you can't have the million, you're like, oh, well, that's just one of those millions I can't get. But whatever level you're on, and I've been through every stage.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I ain't been through millions yet, but I've been through every stage.
Yeah. So the word, and you said you're anticipating the no.
Mm-hmm.
So my question is, why do you believe a lot of entrepreneurs give up or quit after all these external elements hit them?
Because they think their gift is something special. They're like just so gifted, they can't believe.
Is it that they didn't anticipate the no, or what you're saying?
They don't
now?
anticipate. No, same thing. They don't anticipate it. They're like, yo, my product, this book is so perfect. Nobody, like, you can't, this joint sells itself. You can't, what? Really?
Yeah.
You're that arrogant to feel like your product is the best thing to ever touch the, absolutely not. I stay in the mode that I always need improvement. I always need improvement. So I never get so arrogant to the point where I'm like, if somebody says no, I just got to figure out why they're saying it. I can believe you're telling me no. I understand it because I'm not perfect. Now how can I get to perfect or get closer to it? Make sense?
That's a entrepreneurs that are watching this video, figure out why they're saying no.
Yeah, it's valuable.
Then it'd be easier for you to anticipate the no.
Yeah, or you might get a yes because you're in. Yo, why are you saying no to this book? Oh, well, because I already bought a book like this. Now I can say, well, this book, tell me about the book you bought. Okay, let me tell you how this is different.
Yeah.
But I'm like, oh, I had no idea. I thought it was just like everything else.
Right.
But if you're not using this as a research project when you hear no, like, yo, just tell me, why are you, you don't want to buy my product, just tell me real quick, I'll let you go, but why aren't you buying it?
Ask that question, why?
Oh, bruh.
Instead of just taking the no, say, well, why are you telling me no?
Man, listen,
or why? You know what? I actually used that when I was selling this book at the kiosk. People say, and I say, listen, man, check out my book, The Value of Relationships. Oh, you got another relationship book? I said, no, it's not like the other relationships book. This is relationships in general, from family to business to this, and they'll go, well, let me just look at it.
Yeah.
I wasn't just letting you leave with the no. Stop letting people leave with no's.
People don't even know why they're saying no half the time. They're just programmed to say no. Remember we was working at the kiosk, people walk by, they're like, yo, come check us out. They're like, nah, I'm good. You don't even know what you're good on. And those be the same people that double back and they have a life-changing experience and they spend an hour at the kiosk talking. They didn't know what they were saying no to. You know what I'm saying? Like, there might be some people, like, in the relationship, I'm sure you touch on this in the book, where maybe it was somebody you were pursuing and they kept saying no, but they didn't know what they were saying no to.
Ooh, that's good.
Until you got the chance to know them. Then they're like, wow, I don't know what I would do without you now, but they didn't know what they were saying no to.
You know what, when you just said that right there in terms of somebody you're pursuing, even in business, like you said, internally you built this belief system. Every Saturday I'm going to service. Every Saturday I'm going to service. What do you believe happens when, I believe the no affects people if internally they haven't built that belief system and they let the external, it's almost like a swap. Like I'm becoming my external environment versus sticking to my internal.
Right.
Does that make sense
For
to you?
sure, for sure.
Almost like I'm pursuing this person, they don't know why they saying no, but instead of me continue to pursue them and believe what I believe internally, I'm going to switch to the external, the elements, and go at them that way, and then I still lose.
Yeah, for sure. Or you just quit, like, oh, I can't believe you're saying no.
Or in business, I'm going to quit. I'm going to quit in business because they keep saying no, and you know what? Instead of me asking them why, I'm going to switch to their environment. I'm going to switch to the 115 degrees, but your body has the capability.
Yeah.
It's called homeostasis. I didn't make this up. It has the ability to maintain its internal environment despite the external environments. Now, do you have that ability mentally, in your heart, in your spirit, in your soul, in your gut, to maintain that stability despite all these no's, despite all these distractions, despite all the drama, the pressure, the rain, the inclement weather? I'm still pushing my business.
Nearly impossible.
Impossible.
It's nearly impossible.
It's a forever maintenance program.
Yeah, oh, forever, bruh. Forever. Look at all the people that try to go to the... And I'm guilty. Going to the gym, I'm trying to understand there's a special group of people who can lose 200 pounds. That's a group. It's nearly impossible to do that. It's possible because other people do it, but it's nearly impossible to have that type of resolve and to go from wherever you are and drop 200 pounds consistently and start winning contests to go from where you were. I'm still trying to like decode how that happens.
Yeah.
It's nearly impossible.
Yeah.
So some people are good in the gym. They can do that. But even though that's nearly impossible, for business, some people, it's nearly impossible for them. For maintaining a relationship, it's nearly impossible. It's hard, bro.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah, you know what? And I'm gonna get a little transparent with y'all. Y'all about to get a sneak peek, just a little sneak peek. But I went through something in my marriage, right? Me and wifey aren't together anymore. That's not about to be the whole interview. Y'all just getting that little piece. Y'all gotta wait for volume 2.
I'm jumping into the interview. So what happened?
He doing that. But that's in Value Relationships Volume 2. But I'm saying that to say this, and this is getting to a close, that even when that occurred, that's external. Now the question came back, okay, you wrote this book. How do you maintain the internal part? How do you maintain the internal part when that external part just happened? And I was like, oh, so then the no's came. Because I got back in the mall. And I'm like, hey, check out my book, The Value Relationship. It was no. No, and it wasn't because people knew. It was just no. And then I'm like, well, let me tell you about the book. Here's a question. Here's where I dug deep down inside myself. So you know what? I'm going to maintain my internal environment. I'm going to maintain that value of relationships that I have in me, and I'm going to push this. So when people come up, hey, you want to check out the book? No. Hey, let me tell you about the book. Well, then the question would be, are you married? No. Now, I'm saying no, and they're saying no. But then after both the no's are exchanged, I'm telling them why they still need this. Here's what I discovered. I actually started selling more books.
Wow.
I remember selling 15 books in one day in the mall.
Wow.
But my external environment was like, no, shut it down. Don't even push the book no more. You just had the biggest crash in your external environment. How dare you talk about this? Don't. But there's a lot of no's. Here's the thing. I believe sometimes, and you can agree with me if you want to. Well, you are. I believe so. That some of the no's aren't even coming from people.
For sure. Explain it.
Some of the no's that we're hearing are coming from ourselves.
For sure.
Before we even start the business, we're saying no, I know, no. Actually, you know what? This is amazing. This isn't even like scripted. that some of your biggest no's are not even going to come from people. Some of your biggest no's are going to come from you.
That's true. That's a fact.
Are going to come from you. Before you even start the business, before you even pursue the girl, before you even pursue the guy, before you do whatever when you wake up in the morning, your body's saying no. You telling yourself, no, I'm not getting out of bed. No, I'm not going to the gym. There's nobody in your room saying, Dave, you're not getting up. Mm-hmm. Jamel, you're not going to sell no more books. Dave, you're not going to the complex. That's you telling you that. Lied. You telling yourself that. Mm-hmm. And really, it's not even the devil. That's you.
It's you.
That's you first.
You can't blame that on nobody but you.
I'm not doing it. Now that's a whole nother segment. How you gonna maintain through you telling your own self no? Ooh. You telling your own self no.
So tell yourself yes today, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
I'm asking you to at least tell yourself. Just out of all the people that's gonna tell you no, just tell yourself yes. Tell yourself. That's why actually before we started recording, I asked everybody on live to declare what you're going to do today and actually do it. Nobody's holding you from doing it. Just say, this is what I'm going to do today. I'm going to go out, I'm selling 12 books today. Today. That's my resolve. And don't lie to yourself.
Yeah. That's amazing, man, because I think sometimes we do that. Like, we get up and we like, you know what? I'm about to go do this. There's nobody in the car with you. There's nobody on the bus with you. There's nobody probably on the train with you. There's nobody on the scooter with you, on the bike with you, nobody walking with you, but you're hearing all these no's. Yep. On the way to the interview,
Facts.
You're not getting the job.
Facts.
You're not getting the job. You're not getting the job. Now, the enemy does play with that, I believe, but I'm saying that half the time it's you talking to you saying, you're not getting the job. You're not going to sell 12 books. You're not going to build that complex. You're not going to do this. You're not going to do that. That's you telling you no. That I just discovered that just now. That's the biggest no right there.
Oh, for sure.
The biggest no is coming from me.
Mm-hmm. Make your resolve. If you're watching this right now, make the resolve right now. What are you going to do today? What are you going to do this week? And don't lie to yourself. Just tell yourself you can every single day. And make it something you know that you can do. You can accomplish this thing, man. Please. Just whatever you do, don't be the person telling you no. Let everybody else lie to you, but don't lie to you. Don't lie to you. Make sense? So.
And after you do all of that internal, maintenance, go get The Value of Relationships. It's on Amazon. Jamel Devon Jackson. Also, where can they find your stuff at?
Sleepisforsuckers.com with the number 4. DavidNeverSleeps.com. We got the gold shirt.
And also, y'all better go get one of these right here.
Okay, let me explain.
Explain the T.
So that's the goals. Make $1 million, save $1 million, tithe $1 million. It just works in steps. The first goal is to make $1 million. Now, when you make $1 million, it's not like you actually get to keep the whole $1 million. That's a feat in itself. But after you get to a point where you can make $1 million, let's figure out if we can save $1 million. Can you imagine saving $1 million? How much would you have to make to save $1 million and still maintain your lifestyle? That might take a little while, but the ultimate goal being able to tithe $1 million.
That's maintenance.
If you can only imagine just giving away what type of financial situation do you have to be in to give away $1 million? So those are my steps. Now you guys might replace million with 100. Make $1 million. Make 100. Save 100. Tithe 100. Let's go for 1,000. Can we make 1,000? Can we get to a point where we can just save 1,000? Can we get to a point where we can tithe 1,000? When's the last time you tithed 1,000? 10,000. Can you make $10,000 in your business? Then let's get to a point where we can save $10,000 in our business. But can you imagine over a year giving away 10,000? Then 100,000. So that's my story.
That's a dope. Listen, and that's gonna require some internal maintenance.
That's a for sure.
And listen. And don't be playing, because I just got 4 of them. And the reason I got 4 of them, because you know what I was thinking? I'm being transparent with y'all again, man. I was actually going to Old Navy. And I was like, man, I'm going to get a little t-shirt to wear to the interview. Because I want to be, just something real simple. Just let me get a plain little white tee in the clearance section. I know it's only going to be like $7.99 or $8.99. I went over and I sold one for $8.99.
Right.
And then I thought about the tee. I was going to get the tee too. And I was like, hold on a second. Am I going to do... I ain't gonna do a lesson on tithing, but anyway. I said, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go and get this tea from my bro. I'm gonna get 4 of them. Actually, I was only gonna get 1. And then when I went in the trunk and I got 3 more, I was like, I'm about to tithe. So y'all don't even understand that right there. I'm about to tithe. I'm about to sow a seed and get 40s because that's only gonna put me closer to my million. That's a whole other topic right there. I ain't teaching on tithing, but you know, yo, over and out.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you, man.
Of course, of course.